Welcome to Love's Path. I am Jennifer, and today I'm going to talk about self-love. Before that, though, I do want to say Happy Father's Day. Today is Father's Day, so Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. All right, so self-love. You have heard the saying that you cannot truly love someone else if you don't truly love yourself, and that is the truth. So many of us have these thoughts and these feelings about who we are, unworthy, being unworthy, unloved. What we have to say isn't important. What we have to feel isn't important. We aren't important. It's best to keep quiet. Don't be heard. Everybody has their own little thing that they have grown with, that has been put into their head throughout their childhood, throughout their teenage years, even their adult years, and it gets stuck in your head because we have been programmed to focus more on the negative and to remember the negative than the positive. You see it all the time with media. They're always showing all the negative aspects of the world. They're showing everything about anything negative, they pounce on it, and it's exciting. And who wants to hear a good news story? I mean, it's more interesting to hear about the car wreck that just happened yesterday, or I don't want to do any, it could be trigger words, sorry. But there are so many things that we are so used to seeing through the media, through movies, television. It's just all the negativity. And we program ourselves to retain that information and to focus on that first. So when you are brought up thinking that you're not important, that your feelings don't matter, that what you have to say doesn't matter, and it doesn't have to be I totally forgot the word, oh my gosh. It doesn't have to be the result of verbal abuse. It doesn't have to be that way. It can be your parent never having the time to listen to you. It can be a parent never having the time to spend quality time with you. That can also cause those feelings of I don't matter. And that is, I'm very passionate about that, and I will be talking more about that in later episodes. However, so back to the whole thing, you're conditioned. So you have these thoughts in your head, and those thoughts, they're programmed. So every thought that comes in is programmed off of these previous thoughts from your past, right? So if anything reminds you of something that triggers one of those thoughts, all of a sudden these emotions, these feelings, these negative thoughts pop up. And it can happen with positive thoughts too. You can smell something that reminds you of grandma's kitchen and it brings positive memories. It does happen all the time. But the negative ones are what holds us back. So you could be thinking about going somewhere, taking a new job, leaving your job for a new job. And that fear sets in of what am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna is it gonna be worse? Is it? You can just have all of this fear going through your head, and it stops you from making that decision. It stops you from taking that step forward because you're afraid of the outcome. Because maybe something in in your past childhood, your past life, maybe something had happened when you took a step like that. And so now you're always going to be afraid to take a step like that it's going to end up in the same negative territory. This is what we have to reprogram our heads around. And the first way to start reprogramming around that is to start loving yourself for who you are. I am still working on that. I have a lot of things that I have to still work on. I think I've made it through a lot of my childhood traumas, but I know that there are some still deep-rooted there. Some of the things that I have personally done that have really helped me on this part of the journey is Aaron Dowdy. I don't know if I say that right. I know I mentioned it before, but he has a YouTube channel. and he's amazing. When I first started my journey, I watched a lot of his content. He has some meditations that were amazing, and it really started my meditation practice. So I highly recommend those. He also has, on some of his courses, he has some like free courses that I have partaked in. Oh my God, that word's gonna jump. Anyway, and somatic breath work. I don't know if you've ever heard of somatic breath work, but somatic breath work is pretty crazy. It's very interesting. It's supposed to help you release like past traumas and past belief systems. So I've done it once. I have another one that I'm supposed to be doing, and I have yet to listen to it yet, just because I'm a little reserved. I will tell you that it is not, I think you have to be very open-minded to partake in somatic breath work, especially when you watch a live session of it. There is a lot of moaning and screaming and crying, and when I say I'm reserved for it, is that I don't like showing my emotions. I don't like being like vulnerable. And so even when I'm by myself, I won't do it if anybody is around. I have to be in a house by myself, in a room that's far away from any windows or doors that neighbors could perhaps hear me cry. And I still can't fully release those emotions. That's a very hard thing. The first time I tried it, I did it half-assed. The second time I actually did the entire thing, and I did cry a lot. And I did feel like I released a lot from it. I didn't let it take over my emotions, which you can. I kind of was a little bit more reserved when I did it, but it was very freeing, and it did let a lot of trauma go. So I highly recommend somatic breath work. And like I said, the YouTube videos, meditations, guided meditations about healing your inner child, changing your current vision of yourself, identifying your future self, who you want that to be. Those are all very, very powerful tools to start this journey of loving who you are. Because, like I said before, everybody has said this, if you're in this the spiritual journey, that you are just a human, you are a spirit in a body living the human experience. It's like you're an avatar, okay? It's a little more esoteric content right there. But basically, it's our spirit is taking over this body, and we're living these experiences in life. If you need more information on that, Aaron Dowdy has a lot of coverage on that area, those aspects. But your ego consciousness is what is creating these negative thoughts and negative feelings, negative emotions. You have to push past that and find your higher self and who you truly are. And when you're able to find out who you truly are, then you'll realize exactly how powerful and amazing and strong of a person you are. And when you realize that, you just get overloaded with this sensations of love. And it's like an energetic high. And I have very fortunately been able to feel it a couple of times, where it's just like this constant buzz going on in my head, and I feel buzzed. And it's just like, oh my God, everything's so beautiful, right? It's like you're high, like the colors, the sounds, like you're just emanating love. And yes, you're also human. Negative things can come into your life, and it drops you off from that energetic high, which is what has happened. So I am working through those. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Eventually one day I will get better to where I'm not just on a tangent rambling around, but I will see you guys again next time.